All right, hello everybody. I'm going to, I'm going to get rid of the video capture. Hold on a second. All right, OBS Studio is up and running, and I want to blunder through Davinci Resolve, which my son Killian is using in Germany. He's 16, and he got me into this, and I want to figure out how to use it to edit Thursday night's lecture and illustrate it. So I'm going to go to, it's always unfamiliar when you're starting a new project, but I'm going to try to bring in, let me see if I can find on here if there is a view, a workspace, and I'm going to go to edit, it's my workspace, and then I will see if I can get clips in the media pool. So import media, and in that media I have the meeting, which should come in momentarily. Change says different frame rate from the project. Would you like to change your timeline to match? Yes, I would like to change it. And now I have that, and I drag it into the timeline. I get my audio and my video. I want to move my video track. These are bundled, so somehow I've got to unlock these. Is there a way to, on this link clip, so I'm going to unlink them. That will give me the ability to move this one up a second. I certainly don't care about, let's see where I want to come in.
We'll get started. Is there anybody here who's going to present?
So I just want this lecture up here. I don't care about what I was showing on the screen. It's unfortunate that I have all that, because this is going to be a really little homunculus here. So I'm going to have to go to some kind of cropping tool. And how does one crop? Is that in effects? Maybe, maybe not. Titles, generators, open effects. So there's generators, but that's not really what I want. Video transitions is not what I want. Toolbox, nothing in there. So how does one find cropping? Anyway, I've got to save this. It's the first thing you do. So save project as, and I'll call this the QGIS for Nexus Thinking lecture. All right. Hey, hooray for that. Now, usually in something like Camtasia, it would be very straightforward. You just come up here and you can pick your cropping tool. I don't see a cropping tool in here. It might be here, transform crop. Okay, there it is. So let's crop this down to about below the knees. And let's also then move this under transform. And let's move this to that part of the screen there. And then let's see, let's save this. Save project. Okay. Now,
is there anybody here who's going to present today? Presentations from you guys.
all right. We can make me a bit bigger. Be more personable. And find where the
I'm modeling for you the way that I do things. Every lecture I give is my relational summary. The idea is to get in the habit of creating your own relational summaries where you summarize the material that you're learning in the Nexus. You relate to it.
Okay, so we have all that.
I have shared
Somewhere where I start this.
How do you get your GIS
smaller?
certificate here?
How do you make this? You go zoom out. There we go. Okay, that's this button here. So I'm sure that it went before I started the video.
In all bands of the electromagnetic spectrum,
We started several times and it was too fast, so let's find where that was.
Pareto optimality is a state of allocation of
Okay, so we did that. Oh, that's the end of the course. So we don't do that. Okay, let's see, was it here?
What if you use Apple computers, proprietary software, or Windows and Microsoft Office. And here, I hear students complain that while they would love to get into GIS and into modeling Nexus systems, it's too damn expensive. They're right. The cost of courses in colleges is obscene. And
maybe it started earlier than that.
Cinder block oven that he's through. The sign of intelligence. Can't use our lights.
We were watching a video then. We watched the video then.
And then after her.
Okay. So when do we start the lecture? Somewhere like there?
Under 3D. And in my lecture, do you speak? Start again. Because then if you can sit here, oh, you have to be, that's the marvelous thing about editing. You don't have to do it all in one take. It's not live. But in Morocco, it's all going to be live.
Ready?
Yep. When we began this journey, we suggested that one of the best ways, nay.
All right, so when we began this journey, is that where this begins? So let me close this and let me go to here. And it starts out when we began this journey. Okay, that's what we're looking at. And so let's start working on this.
Mess up again. Beyond 8 is. All right.
You can see it.
Yep, I can.
Ask him. Have photo or video?
Video.
Do you want a video with that? Or?
No, I've got all those in the blog. See, so I'm going to put those into the video. What I need is me and the green screen. Then I take myself and I put that stuff behind me. That's how I make these videos.
The edit.
Yeah.
I think you need it.
So it's just need the green screen. When we began this journey. Action.
Okay, from action. So I need to be able to put a marker in here. One thing I should be able to do is cut this here and cut this here, and then select this and delete, and then it all jumps to 1. Okay, it jumps right to the beginning. This is good. So that's nice.
When we began this journey, we suggested that one of the best ways to learn and practice, nay, inhabit Nexus thinking, was to experience Blender 3D. In my lecture, Do You Speak 5D?
Okay, now we got to see if we can get the green screen working. So let's save. And if I recall correctly from the last time I blundered around in this, you had to go to Open FX Overlay. And once you had that, then effects would show. Well, where's the FX Overlay? That's video, that's audio, that didn't happen. So maybe it's not FX Overlay, maybe it's Fusion Overlay. New. Alright, something's funky here because it should be showing up there somewhere. Oh, there's something like this, and then you had to go to something in here. Video open effects, and then once you open the effects, then there would have been not an emulation. I should be able to find a key, 3D key, Luma key. No, maybe it's chroma in chromatic adaptation. That's not what it is. Color key, FX color compressor, color generator, color palette. So maybe it's not this one, maybe it is Fusion Overlay, although I thought it was something else. If I go to, I don't even see a Fusion. Resolve Effects, there's a color generator, Effects, color generators, auto transitions, it's a different toolbox. So somewhere in here is the ability to get the effects and get the chroma key, which you think would be just known as keyer, but it's not showing there. 3D keyer, HSL keyer, Luma keyer. There should be in here somewhere a chroma keyer. So let me ask ChatGPT where that is. All right, well, thank God for ChatGPT, because I put my screenshot in there and it tells me what I had forgotten, that you apparently use the 3D keyer. So when you have, when you've chosen Fusion Overlay, which is what I have here now, because it was in Transform and it was in Crop, we were using those. And if I go to Fusion Overlay, then I'm supposed to search for 3D keyer, or I can go down in the Resolve thing and try to find 3D keyer, which is right here under the FX key. And I can drag that and drop it on here, and then it appears up here on the right. And then you can pick the color picker and pick the color. Should have picked the color. Why isn't it picking the color? So if I add, still not letting me pick it. So that's really bizarre. Okay, I want to add this. Why will it not let me pick? I'm on the track and I'm on the 3D keyer. It's turned on. Stroke, nothing. Delete stroke, reset. And I simply want to pick a darn color. This says pick, and I click on it, but it isn't pick. Fusion is there, OpenFX is there, and that means I'm going to have to ask chat again. And in fact, I'll take that screenshot, and then I will ask it. So you're also being recorded. Okay, so then take this and copy it and go to chat and say, I have 3D keyer on the track, but the eyedropper won't let me pick anything. Okay, so then we've got this. All right, so chat is telling me that there's clearly a problem here, and it may be because I cropped first. So I think what I need to do is I'm going to start a new project and completely start from scratch. QGIS lecture take 2, and just start from scratch so we know that things are okay. In our media pool, we will import that media once again, which was this, and change the frame rate and drag it down to the timeline like we did. That is to say, should be able to. So maybe something weird is now going on even here. So let me make sure I'm in the right workspace. I want to be in the edit workspace. That's better. And then drag this in. All right, that's better. And then I have to get once again all the way. But before I do even any cutting, before I do anything, I'm going to try to get this effect going. So I turn on from the transform, I go to Fusion, and from Fusion I will find the 3D here, and I'm going to star that because I need to use that a lot, and I'm going to drag that onto here before I do anything. Now, okay, now I'm going to try to pick this, and once again nothing happens. All right, I think I've figured it out because I was watching another video that I've made over here where at about 8 minutes and 43 seconds I show the technique, and I say there it's maddening to try to figure it out. So let's see if what I did back then actually works. There's the green screen. I go, 3D keyer is on. Nothing seems to be working when I pick the eyedropper, but if I go, I'm in the edit workspace. No, I'm in the edit workspace already, so there's nothing to switch to. I am in the edit workspace. That's not the issue. Down here, this was on Fusion Overlay, and it needs to be OpenFX Overlay. And then, perhaps, when we click on it, yes, then it works. And so what I do now is I find the beginning of my
waveform is
lecture.
happening.
Oops, I went way too far. Let's see where it is.
a collapsible waveform.
We got to get to the lecture there. We're not quite there yet. Okay, we're here. All right.
So what I thought would be good is
Well,
you can do it sitting there. If that
Ask him.
know that being keenly aware of
Ready?
lights,
Lights.
camera, action.
okay. So we're going to go to the knife tool and we're going to cut this and this, and then we're going to take these and delete them. Now
When we began this journey,
we have this. Now the key that we did is not going to show up well until we do the tolerance of the chroma. Maybe I need to reset this. Pick this and pick that. There we go. So this has to be, this track has to be moved up one. It's still not right. Negative 207, negative, okay, 0.
we suggested that
And then we got to get rid of these other things. So while we have, oh, come on, there we go. We then can go to video and to transform, and then we can go to our cropping tool and say, okay, I don't want those images there anymore. So we're going to go up to there and to here, like that. And then we will go to the transform tool and we will, oh, better make it bigger. Oops. So take the transform tool and make character bigger. Okay. And then go to the effects, and I think we're gonna, can we use it now? No, nothing is happening because we're not in the right tool. So go to OpenFX Overlay, and it's gonna ask us to choose it all over again. So let's try that. And let's see if we can get a clip tolerance, chroma softness, something's acting weird. So if we click on to add these portions to the key, we're telling it basically that all these colors need to be removed, all these greens, and then somehow down here you should be able to adjust and also get the usage options, key zoom. And it's not going to be a great key because it's not a uniform color. So whenever you're at 0 tolerance, you're not going to get much. But then as you move up in your tolerance, you should be able to get chroma shift, matte finesse, output, flat, tight, color space, delete stroke. So let me just come back and let me see if I can get a better key, and then just keep adding parts of it to the stroke, telling it that, yeah, you know, that's also a green that needs to go, and that's also a green that needs to go, as is so that and that. And the only way you can really see that it's working is, of course, to bring in your first picture. So I should have in here a folder that has all, I need to create a new folder for this actually. So new folder, and call this new folder, wherever it may appear, call it, oops, go back, rename this folder. If I can find the new folder, where did it go? New folder, there it is. Now rename it to, here's the rename. Okay, call this QGIS lecture photos, and let's dump all these photos in there. No, I didn't figure. I'm gonna make sure it's working. Make sure it's working, and grab everything in here. I guess I can use Shift for that. I messed it up. Oh boy. Okay. Let's do this. Suitability. That weight. That weight. That weight. I should be able to come up here and select all the way up to there, and then select these as well, and then put them into here, and put that into there, that, and that, and that, and that. And that then is going to be the folder that I'm going to select from when I want to bring media in. I want that entire folder in there. And having that entire folder in there, I can then grab an image, for example, this one. Oh, I got a whole bunch of images. Let me just take one for now. Put it behind. There it goes. And then it's behind me. And then I can change that image, which is really tiny there. So you've got to stretch out. And in Camtasia, it's quite different how you do the stretching. I don't know if you use some kind of, I use this tool here. Or is it this one? There it is. Okay. So there's that image, and you select that image, and then we go to transform that image, and we stretch it out for the screen. But as you can see, now we're ghosting a bit. So now we have to go back to this track, and we need to go back to our OpenFX overlay, go to our effects, and we have to see if we can now fix that under the key adjustments. And there is where it begins to get sticky. So how do we get rid of that green? And that's not, by adding that, that's not doing anything to it. Is there, if I reset, that's a little better. And then add this side, that's getting better. And then add this green here, getting even better. And add this green here. So.
Yeah, how do you spell it like that? All right, let's make the speed now. It's all going to be about you.
Yeah.
Because you can start and stop it.
I will scroll it.
Okay.
When it's too.
What I find is best for the teleprompter operator is just ride the space bar and just keep stopping and then starting. So you don't have to scroll at all.
I will just scroll when it's.
Yeah, if you need to, but here's what you can do. Like if it's really fast,
I can.
One of the students. Sometimes you can't even make this thing bigger until you get to there, and then you can drag it out. Makes it easier.
But there is another free. You're not. The underlying geometry. just thinking, was to experience.
Oh no. What a mess. Somehow that got off. So, redo it. Go up here. Bring... Where's my video? Oh, everything seems to be a mess. Master, Smart Bins, Collections, Video Clips is here. Bring the video clip down.
And Texas class students. So we would love you to join the master. Move down.
Alright, somewhere around here. So we have to add a marker. Mark in.
Sit here. Oh, yes. Of course, if we mess up, if I mess up again, it's not live. But in Morocco, it's already live.
Are you ready?
Yep. When we began this journey, when we began,
It's live. I mean that I will not be able to edit.
when we began this journey, we suggested that one of the best, when we began this journey, we suggested, go to the top again, just go back.
Just scroll when it's
Yeah, if you need to, but here's what you can do. Like, if it's really fast, we suggested that one of the best, or when we began this journey, we and in my lecture, do you
when it's too.
what I find is best for the teleprompter operator is just all.
I will just scroll when it's.
Yeah, if you need to, but here's what you can do. Like, if it's really fast,
I can
you
stop
just
it.
go like that.
If
And then,
it's really too slow, I will scroll it. Yeah.
you're good. I think she's a professional. So we don't have to start from the top. Start from the top because it's there. Now, all right, take 4. When we began, all right, take 4.
Add a marker in here. Where's the marker that you can add inside? Sure be nice if one could add a marker.
All right, take 4. All right, take 4. When we began this, When we began this journey, we suggested that one of the best ways to learn and practice, nay,
so let's save that. And then let's do our effects, open effects overlay. Take our 3D keyer, drop it onto here. We still want to unlink these so that this clip can be moved up like that. And if we can relink them, that's good, then they won't get out of sync. Then we should be able to find in here in our collections, there should be these pictures. And if I drag a picture in here, then I should be able to go to the dropper and get that and that. But it should be showing up in terms of that the picture's probably too long. So if I close this in terms of viewing, disable this video track, yeah, you see that there. Take this track and transform it to take up the screen. Turn this track on again. There it is behind me. Alright. Go to crop. Crop this track to there. Go back to transform. Oops. Move this character onto the screen. Her face is in there. Ultimately, we're going to have to mask this. But now, go and add a little bit more in the effects to get rid of this green. And see if the certainly is not a perfect key by any stretch of the imagination.
of different perspectives in X and Y and Z space, and then zooming into local object details to the level of atoms and strings, flying out and above the underlying geometry beyond a bird's.
So that crop is not good because that crop, when I'm on this track, occludes the hands. So this is where a mask would really come in handy, because if we had a mask, then we would be able to move around this and then be able to cut out stuff that's in the curve, because this crop is a very blunt tool in that regard. And I'm not sure how one can do a mask yet, so that'll be when we come back. But at least now we know that we can do the lecture and we can throw in various images wherever we need to behind, so that when we get to here,
Blunder teaches the Flatlander to accept.
And we do see that it's not a perfect key there by any stretch of imagination. And I guess that's always because you need to go down here to the OpenFX overlay whenever you want to do any fine work in getting rid of these keys, for example. But that's not horrible. I mean, it looks like this has the ability to get multiple color keys out, so that when we ultimately go back and place the image in the background, like when we make this image bigger, and okay, it's not too bad.
That is powerful stuff. You are the center of the universe. You're not.
Okay.
Blender teaches the flatlander to accept the sphere and the...
So there's a lot of editing to be done, but at least it looks like Davinci is well up to the task. And that is fun. Alright, so now we know that we can take a lecture that was shot in class from the in-class camera with that basic green screen behind. The lighting is not good, but it's adequate for doing the kind of work we want to do. Here we can come into Davinci Resolve and we can edit things together. So that is a good result. Thanks a lot for watching.